Okay, Friday, which seems like a long time ago because we had a holiday in between, we read about the battle between Grendel and Beowulf. And you might wonder, why is the story not over with at this point? Because we've already had the big battle. Beowulf has already defeated the monster. Grendel's arm was ripped off. His torso was ripped in half. He went back to his lair basically to die. And so Beowulf has defeated Grendel. The monster is gone. So why are we still reading the story? Well, the reason we're going to find out today that we are still reading the story and that the story isn't over yet is because Grendel has a mama. Unbeknownst to Beowulf, Grendel's mother is also in the story. She is in the same area. She lives in the same swamp as Grendel. Now, Grendel's mother, who also has to be a monster, is a really different kind of monster than Grendel. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why she's different and why her motivations are different. But first, we're going to read the section that talks about Grendel's mother. And there's a lot of summary in this section. So we're actually reading parts 11 through 13 today. And as you know, we're reading an abridged version, which means that some of the parts are summed up for us. So you do have a couple of different summaries at the beginning and at the end of this, telling what Grendel's mother does and kind of leading us into the story of Grendel's mother and how Beowulf is going to encounter her. So we're going to read parts 11 through 13. Let's go ahead and pull up our online version. Scrolling down past all the stuff that we've already read. The battle between Grendel and Beowulf was in parts 8 through 11. 8 through 10. So this is where we have our first little summary about Grendel's mother. We don't actually see this happen in our version of the story that we're reading, but it says that Grendel's monster mother, so she is a monster as well, in grief for her son, attacks Herod and in her dripping claws carries off one man. So she doesn't go in and just attack the way that Grendel did. She doesn't go in and just indiscriminately kill everyone. She kills one person. But look who that person happens to be. It happens to be Hrothgar's closest friend. She also takes Grendel's arm back with her. Remember that Beowulf had hung the arm on the rafters as a trophy and as evidence that he had defeated Grendel. So instead of just coming in and killing everyone the way that Grendel did for a very long time, over and over again, Grendel's mother instead comes in and does something very calculated. She kills one person. And it's not a coincidence that this one person she kills just happens to be the king's closest friend and advisor. She's sending a message to the king. She's making a statement with this one kill. So her motivations are really different from Grendel's. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about and identify in this part of the story. So you're going to go ahead and read basically everything that's in our version about Grendel's mother. We see Grendel's mother introduced. We see where she is. Then Beowulf goes to approach her and encounter her. And then in part 13, it continues the battle and we see the end and how it turns out. So you're going to read parts 11 through 13 in the story and read the parts about Grendel's mother. And then, of course, in our assignment, we have to refer back to the study guide as well. So I'm going to open this up. So after the reading, you're going to complete several questions in the study guide on page 22. Now, we're going to go back because I did not mention the vocabulary. We have a new set of vocabulary because we're moving into a different section of the story. That new section is about Grendel's mother and the battle that Beowulf has with her. So we have a new set of vocabulary on page 20 of the study guide. I'd like for you to write one original sentence for each of those vocab words. So what you're turning in to this assignment will be your vocab sentences and the answers to questions 1, 3, 5, and 7 of the study guide that reflect what happened between Beowulf and Grendel's mother. That's what you'll turn into today's assignment.